Hey everybody, welcome to the Stevenson Vine Project Community Garden Tour. It's bugs everywhere, so we're gonna make this quick, okay? Thanks for coming back to our channel. If you are new to our channel, make sure that you subscribe, like this video, comment, share this video. Like I said, the bugs are out. I was out here at least for 3 hours earlier this morning, no bugs. Now all the bugs want to come out. So we're gonna make this very, very quick and to the point. And I just want to show you all of the progress that we're having so far in the community garden. Okay, let's go. Okay, as you enter the garden, we are in the educational area where most of our lessons previously happened and where we grow most of the food that is donated to families in need. So right here, we have three major rows. This first row is full of onions. We just harvested garlic, and we have some flowers in between all of the plants. We have collards and kale from previous seasons, some onions that will never stop growing apparently. That's a plus. More onions, more leafy vegetables like Swiss chard, mustard greens, and more collards. Zinnias. Something has been eating up the zinnias, not quite sure what, but as long as they eat the zinnias and not the other plants, cool. We have some calendula here that's getting bigger and bigger. This squash, I don't know what kind of squash it is because it came from the compost. It was growing in the compost, and so we just removed it and put it over here to let it grow. So soon we'll be having a surprise squash harvest. And we planted more squash here. I believe these are zucchini, a mixture of zucchini seedlings and butternut squash. I'm not quite sure because I didn't label and I forgot. So we're gonna be having some more surprise harvests coming soon. This row to the right is full of tomatoes and beans, both bush varieties and climbing beans. We have our first bean, I think it's over here, like right there. And then it was a bigger one, I thought. But yeah, our beans are growing. The tomatoes have just been trellised. I used some rubber bands, as you see the little colors, pink, orange, and blue, and purple. We tied them. We also removed some of the lower leaves. So let me show you. We removed all of the lower leaves, the ones that were closest to the ground, and we put them in the compost. We also planted new tomatoes over here, and we also have tomatillos over here. I'm gonna do my best to manage the tomatillos because they can get very wild very quickly. In the rest of this row, we have, I think this is the old, what's it called? I don't know. I'll put the name on the screen for you guys, but that flower died back some time ago and is growing back now. We have more mustards, dill. Look at that beautiful dill. Some borage that is going to produce a flower soon. And then we have more calendula, and we planted out more peppers and basil today in this row. So we have cayenne peppers. I believe we have some sun bright peppers, sweet banana hot peppers, and serrano peppers mixed in this section of the row. Over here, we harvested more garlic, as you see on my card right there. We harvested more garlic, and in its place, we filled this row with more compost and earthworm castings, and that was to prepare the area for our corn, squash, and green beans. So we've planted corn in 2 rows right here, one singular row of bush beans in the middle, and then sporadically we planted pumpkins, and then at the end we planted some either acorn squash or yellow straight neck squash. In betwixt that, we have more basil and tomatoes here. We had extra tomatoes from over in this section, and I didn't know what to do with them. So we're just gonna have them grow, and we're gonna let them do their thing. We're not going to trellis them or anything. These are, I believe, it's one 4th of July tomato, one cherry tomato, and one beefsteak tomato. We're just gonna let them do whatever they want to do and grow however they want to grow. We'll prune them here and there, but we're just gonna like leave them to their own functions, you know. Next to the tomatoes, we have thyme. We have some more Swiss chard that's been eaten up, especially this one. But for the most part, the leaves are pretty nice. We have dill, and then we have lettuce that we're gonna harvest soon, real soon, because it's trying to go to seed. And the spinach, we were gonna try to harvest some, but it's already going to seed, as you see. So we're just gonna let that go to seed and collect the seeds. Moving on to over here, this raised bed. Look at the calendula. We have our first 2 flowers of calendula. Well, I didn't even notice that it's 2. It's 2 buds. One, this big one right there, and then one next to it. And then this one has 2 buds too. This is my first time growing calendula, and I'm so excited because last year we failed. We didn't grow any calendula. We started calendula. We had at least 10 plants, but all 10 plants died. And so it's really amazing to have calendula throughout the garden, and it's starting to produce flowers. Working in the garden, it really is a testament of your dedication and your patience, because plants take time. Even with the rain and the heat, they really take off. But when you're planting out your plants and just waiting for that harvest, it takes dedication to actually prune your plants, take care of the soil, provide your plants the nutrition that they want, and the actual water schedule that you utilize in your garden. And I've really learned a lot about patience this past gardening season. Like last year, it took a lot of patience to deal with all the hornworms that we were dealing with at both gardens, here and at the school garden. And I really appreciate like growing plants and having like food, and plants teach you about these great skill sets that everyone should have. To the flowers, oh, I forgot to say, we also have zinnias that are also being eaten up. I don't know. And then we have weeds. These weeds gotta go. So many weeds. We don't want them to flower in the bed. Drop seed, I mean. But next to the flowers, we have carrots. These carrots have gotten so large, and they only gotten large because we put more compost in all of the areas. And so whatever that compost did, it added a lot of nutrition to the carrots, as well as to this onion that has gotten so big. It's not bulbed up as much at the bottom. I've already checked it, but it is getting bigger. This carrot, I've never seen a carrot go to seed. I don't know if you all have seen a carrot go to seed, but it's pretty fascinating. Like, look at that. I was gonna try to harvest this carrot, but since it's already going to seed, we're just gonna collect the seeds and continue building up our seed catalog. There is another carrot over here that can be harvested soon, but that is very cool. Like, it's so cool. Look at that. It's like a flower of many flowers. But we're gonna harvest that soon once all the flowers open up and die off. We have more Swiss chard. This flower here is what is it? A Gaillardia spin top red. This has been here since the inception of the community garden. It hasn't produced any flowers yet this spring, but I'm sure it will soon. We have more thyme here, more calendula, more weeds, and more dill. And then over here, look at these collards. They look so beautiful. I am going to check the back, however, because at my house I have collard greens growing, and I found little caterpillars all underneath the leaves, chomping down, having a full course meal. But I don't see any here. But the collards look awesome. In between the collards, we have more thyme, and then we have some squash coming up. Again, I don't remember what kind of squash was planted here, but we'll get something out of it. And over here, I don't want to lift the covering, but it's brassicas that we have, Brussels sprouts, collards, and broccoli. Moving over here, we have a garden member who has worked on their plot today, and it looks really great. They have corn, peppers, spinach, brassicas, like mustard greens, some green beans, potatoes, and tomatoes. Really beautiful. They did a great job with separating their seedlings, making room. And then in the last area of the community garden, we have our pollinated area. We have a mixture of basil, borage, dill, zinnias. I think we have Maritza zinnia and candy cane zinnias. Did I say calendula already? Calendula. We have some marigolds growing, some sunflowers growing, even a tomatillo growing. So we put this tomatillo over here because it was originally in the bed with the onion, because we had tomatoes and tomatillos growing in the bed. But we vowed that we would never grow tomatillos or tomatoes in the raised beds again, because they just get too crowded, too overgrown. So this area right here is a perfect spot to have a tomatillo, because it has all the space it could want. And we cannot wait until all of these flowers open up, especially this one. Look at this beauty. It's so beautiful. I'm about to head out. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video. And if you are in the Atlanta area and you would like to get out in the garden, learn about gardening, help us out with anything that we need, like planting out new plants, removing weeds, adding new soil, make sure to hit us up at eastonbankslearning@gmail.com. That's our email. Or you can DM us on Facebook or Instagram at EBLLCINC, or on TikTok at Project Great. Thank you, and until next time, we will see you guys later in the garden. Bye.